Hi, good people. It's Amy from Savor Salvage Scent. Hope you're doing great. Today, I wanted to talk with you about a favorite scent that has been reintroduced to me, gifted to me recently, Clinique's Aromatics Elixir. Thanks to my friend Autumn for this lovely gift. This was a scent that, if I had to choose 5 scents from my childhood that really I think are part of my DNA and smell like the period of my growing up, this would be one of the top in my mind, and it might be my favorite from that time. So I just wanted to do a deep dive on this beautiful scent today. Clinique's first scent. It was created by Bernard Chant, who is just one of my favorite perfumers. R.I.P. Lived for just a brief, I think, 60 years, from 1927 through 87. And he also created some other scents that were absolutely part of my DNA from my childhood. First that comes to mind is Halston, which was my mother's signature scent. But he also created scents such as Ralph Lauren for Women in the red bottle, created Cinnabar, and a lot of Estee Lauder scents, but Cinnabar is a favorite, remains a favorite. Cabochard, which is one of my favorites by Grey. And he also created Aramis, and I think a flanker of Aramis. I think he created at least 20 scents. And he worked for IFF, International, I think it's Flavors and Fragrances, or vice versa. And just to me is a giant among perfume giants to create all of those. I can't even imagine. They were just so wonderful. And I just thought I would quickly read some statements from perfume writers about him and the scent. Fragrantica reads, Chant's signature style was the patchouli powdered sheep. His perfumes often had a muted animalic quality that alluded to sweat and the bedroom. Love it. And I think it's probably part of the reason to this day that I'm fond of animalic scents, and they just smell good to me. They don't even smell that raunchy most of the time. It's just, I think I got so used to it growing up around it. A lot of people or perfume writers call his creations bold. What else did I read? Nonconformist, complex but effortless. I think all of those things are true. And I often say that if this scent, Aromatics Elixir, or most of his scents that I read through, if they were presented today, I feel most would be marketed as unisex or even male-leaning scents. And I find them to be very gutsy, especially for that day and age. If I had to describe Clinique's Aromatics Elixir, I agree with so many of those things said, but what I mostly get are the outdoors, but a refined earthiness. I get lots of herbs, oak moss, I got a lot of green. And then when it dries down, then I get a little more of the floral and I get a softness, like a powderiness for sure. I do think, patchouli is a big element, but it just equates really to an earthiness here for me. I don't necessarily pull it out as patchouli, though I think some people do. And I'll just quickly read you the notes. So the top notes are chamomile, aldehydes, clary sage, coriander, geranium, lemon verbena, and bergamot. Oh, and Brazilian rosewood. Middle notes are carnation, rose, ylang-ylang, orris root, jasmine, tuberose, and orange blossom. And the base is oak moss, patchouli, incense, vetiver, sandalwood, and musk. This, again, was first released in 1971, which was the year of my birth. So no wonder it smells like my childhood to me. I read that a couple famous people who wear it are Gloria Steinem and then Cate Blanchett. And this can still be found today. Now, if you read online, a lot of people have differing opinions about whether or not it's been reformulated well or if it smells similar to the old. I believe this is a relatively new bottle, probably within a few years. And I think I'm so surprised because I typically like old formulations better of most perfumes, but this to me smells exactly how I remember it and a little better. I honestly think it smells a tiny bit less animalic, and I get a real softness and a sweetness when it dries down that I don't remember getting in the past. And I just think it's beautiful. The retail price for this size bottle, which I think it's an ounce and a half. Yes, Ounce and a half is $90, but I found it online as affordably as $25. So I think a steal. And this to me is just a quintessential 70 scent by one of the greatest perfumers of all time. So would love to know what you think of Aromatics Elixir. Do you wear it? Do you own it? Is there another Clinique scent that you love, or another Bernard Chant scent that you love? And if this was released today, do you think it would be marketed toward women, men, both? I'm just interested to hear from you about that. Hope you have a great day. Talk soon. Bye.